this 12:30 half hour with a KGW weather impact alert for Christmas Eve. Strong winds could bring down trees, knock out power in our area. You are looking at our sky cams over downtown Portland, Vancouver, Lincoln City, and Salem, which will all need to brace for potential impacts. Thanks for joining us. I'm Stephanie Domerat. Our Rod Hill has been tracking these details for us on what we can expect. He's joining us now from the Weather Center with more. Rod?
Yeah, so one thing to understand, when you get up tomorrow morning, the only thing that will be going on early is gusty east winds, typical stuff, 30, 40 miles per hour, shooting out of the Columbia River Gorge up along the Columbia River. It will be mid-morning, 9 o'clock or so, maybe not until closer to 10, current timing, that we'll start to see south winds come up through the Willamette Valley. We do have the wind advisory up from the Weather Service. Now, their timing does start as early as 7. Again, at that time, we'll only have the east winds blowing out of the gorge. Wind advisory extends as late as 4 in the afternoon. Basically issued for south winds, racing up the valley 35 to some 55 miles per hour. And if we get that, down trees, power outages, all kinds of problems. And keep in mind, the soil is still really saturated, which makes it that much more of a risk that not just tree branches, but trees themselves being uprooted out of the moist soil. Roseburg all the way up into Portland and Longview. The yellow color is actually a high wind watch for tomorrow. So it's the entire I-5 corridor under this high wind threat. Here's the latest Futurecast model. 7 o'clock in the morning, the gust 41 in Troutdale. That's the east wind out of the gorge. Here we are. We'll stop it at 11 o'clock. Now we got the winds coming up. Sweet Home 40, 54 mile per hour south winds in Corvallis. This model shows a crazy spike wind of 71 miles per hour in the mid-valley around Salem. And then going into the noon or early afternoon hours, there's the 60-plus mile per hour winds in Portland, Hillsboro, and up into Kelso, potentially. So all of this will be a developing low that comes out of this mess offshore this afternoon from California, and it will work its way up along our coast. More on the forecast and this wind threat for tomorrow coming up in just a bit.
All right, serious stuff headed our way, Rod. Thank you. Well, to stay up to date on the forecast, you can text the word weather to 503-226-5088. We will text you back a link to our story on KGW. We will be updating it multiple times throughout the day so you can get the most accurate forecast. You can also download the KGW mobile app or tune in anytime on our free TV app, KGW Plus. An exciting update for you this afternoon from Ski Bowl. It is opening on Christmas Day for tubing. It opens at 2 p.m. and will operate on that schedule until January 5th when normal schedule picks up. You have to buy tickets in advance. They will be available online starting at noon tomorrow. Meanwhile, Mount Hood Meadows opened at 9 this morning for the season, but the lifts are limited. The ballroom, carpet, Buttercup, Easy Rider, and Daisy lifts are all running. And a heads up, lift tickets at Meadows are already sold out for Christmas Day. Our Celine Stevens is on Mount Hood right now. We will have a full report from her coming up this afternoon on the news at 4. Meantime, skiing and snowboarding at Mount Bachelor is also set to begin today. Bachelor staff says the resort has seen 19 inches of new snow in the past week, with higher totals mid-mountain. Much further north, resorts at Snoqualmie Pass opened this morning, just in time for the holiday rush. Drew Andre has more from King County.
Because of the lack of skiing options, they are expecting a lot of people to show up here to Snoqualmie Pass, and they're hoping to get more of the mountain opened up because right now it is just Summit West, and we are just a half hour away from those lifts opening up. Now, we're hoping over the course of the next few days there will be more snow that could then allow Summit Central, Summit East, and Alpental to open up. All of those are closed, and there's no estimate on when they could open up. Right now, they're reporting a base depth of 26 inches. After some early season snow, they had to start all the way over after all of that rain from the atmospheric river. And that storm is the main reason the start of the season will be crowded over here because Stevens Pass remains closed. Highway 2 is closed from Skycomish to Leavenworth, so those typical Stevens skiers may find their way over here. But a Summit at Snoqualmie spokesperson says they will still be controlling the crowds, and you can expect the trails are going to be very limited, and we won't see any of those longer runs that are open, but people out here are just happy there's somewhere that they can ski. Reporting at Snoqualmie Pass, Drew Andre, King 5 News.
Well, developing this afternoon, a pair of crashes that took place within an hour of each other last night. Both involved pedestrians. The first happened around 7:30 in southeast Portland, near 82nd and Glenwood. Portland police arrived to find a man with injuries consistent with being hit by a car. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. About an hour later, around 8:30, a car hit and killed a person in Aloha near 198th and TV Highway. In an update today, the Washington County Sheriff's Office says 41-year-old John McKinney of Portland was crossing the highway when he was hit. The driver stayed on scene and is cooperating with the investigation. However, the sheriff's office is looking for additional witnesses, specifically the driver and passenger of a silver Audi sedan with partial license plate number 091, who briefly stopped at the scene. If you have any information, you're asked to contact the sheriff's office non-emergency line. In Tacoma, investigators are searching for a second driver tied to the death of a Washington State Patrol trooper. As her family begins planning a memorial service, police are hoping someone will come forward with information. Alex McClune has the latest.
Bouquets, morning bands, and a flag from her home state of Hawaii now cover Trooper Tara Marissa Gooding's cruiser, a growing memorial outside the State Patrol headquarters.
This is not the time to go.
Troopers on and off the clock come to pay their respects.
When I was a young trooper, I looked up to the members of the Honor Guard at the time, and a long testing process, was able to get selected to join the Honor Guard.
Zach Elmore is a retired lieutenant who once commanded the Washington State Patrol Honor Guard, the troopers tasked with honoring colleagues who never made it home.
We used to say that they'd be the last ones to let you down, meaning lower you into the grave. It's a job they don't want to have to do, but feel humbled and privileged to be a part of that.
Police are asking for help to find a second vehicle. Investigators say a dark-colored pickup truck struck the trooper after she was lying motionless in the roadway and then kept driving south without stopping.
We put out dozens of bulletins, and most of those cases, I think all but one of those cases, we solved.
The money encourages people to come forward with information. Tacoma Pierce County Crime Stoppers board member and former police chief John Cheeseman says tips are anonymous, and even the smallest of details can bring someone to justice.
She's gone out and handled 1,000 of these crashes, right? And unfortunately this time she didn't get to go home. And we need to solve this crime.
As more people gather for the holidays, troopers are asking drivers to slow down and remember, first responders simply working to protect the roads.
Those of us that are now in the general public, again, being retired, we need to remember that and give that some reverence, give that some respect.
You can submit a tip through the Tacoma Pierce County Crime Stoppers website. State Patrol tells me it's too soon to say if funeral services will occur during the holidays or in the new year. In Tacoma, Alex McClune, King 5 News.
Coming up, from shopping bags to busy sidewalks, downtown Portland feels different this holiday season. But is it just the holidays or a real comeback? The new foot traffic numbers coming up. And meet the Los Angeles mom who used her car to try and stop burglars in action.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On weather impact alert days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
And it's actually, this is one of the first times in a while where it's felt like a real pleasure to be downtown.
With less than 2 days till Christmas, it seems the Rose City has something to celebrate in terms of the number of people shopping downtown and where they're coming from. Catherine Cook explains why.
As city officials release numbers they say reflect increased foot traffic this Christmas season compared to last year, and in some cases, nearly to pre-pandemic levels. They're really encouraged by that and can't wait to see what the future brings. Between the twinkle lights, shopping bags, and darting through the rain, you could feel the energy and urgency Monday night. And are you done with your Christmas shopping?
I will be, hopefully by the end of the day today.
Many shoppers in Portland's Pearl District picked up on something else.
Like when I've come down here, it always seems to be getting better each year, especially right now. There's so many people like out shopping and stuff, so it feels good to be down here. Yeah.
Cool. But does that feeling reflect reality or just holiday excitement? On Monday, the city shared new numbers suggesting things really are getting better, at least when it comes to holiday foot traffic downtown. The data from Prosper Portland and Placer AI shows 130,700 visitors hit Portland's Central City West Side on Small Business Saturday, November 29th. That's 20% more than last year and just 8% less than 2019, before the pandemic.
Right after the pandemic, it looked much worse. It looked like a scene out of Mad Max. It was quite stressful to be in, but now it feels like the Portland I grew up in.
Henry Lovegren lives out of state now, which makes changes, good and bad, really stand out on these hometown visits.
I'd say there are definitely challenges that you see, but to have a positivity bias, it looks great right now. I mean, this area in particular I really like, and I feel very safe.
I think we've definitely turned a corner this year.
Eric Fry is manager at the Made Here store in the Pearl.
Money spent, in the community, stays in the community a lot more.
The store's been here 11 years, but Fry says they lost a ton of business after so many downtown employees started working from home. But this season, he says suburban shoppers are returning.
I don't know how many times today I've heard, oh my gosh, the store's amazing. It's so beautiful. Like, how long have you been here for? And it's like, you only get that if people weren't coming downtown before, so it is nice to hear it.
Who knows what next season will bring, or what Portland will look like during Henry Lovegren's next visit, but he can hope.
We all hope Portland has an amazing recovery and further growth into the next year.
And after Christmas, the city is hoping for another economic push. They're hosting a New Year's Eve drone show at Pioneer Courthouse Square. They hope that brings out families and a lot of shoppers to really finish this year strong. In downtown Portland, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Meanwhile, we have skiers, we have boarders. Meadows opening today. This is Timberline, of course. Temperature up there 27 degrees, just an inch of new snow, but at least we are building a base. We'll get back to the wind advisory coverage coming up tomorrow. Up next on my forecast.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. weather impact alert days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
All right, we have a big weather impact alert as we head into Christmas Eve tomorrow.
Yeah. And the first thing you think of is, oh my goodness, people have all kinds of inflatables and holiday decor in their yards. So, you know,
be ready.
Don't
Maybe
be
put 'em
caught
away
waving
for a
goodbye
little
at
bit.
things.
Yeah, just hide them for a bit.
All right, here's that map again. This is, and notice this is just straight up the Willamette Valley. There's a low that's going to track offshore. The south wind fetch will come up the Eugene, Portland, Longview, and continue in yellow. That's actually a high wind watch up into Seattle. And again, this is not a slam dunk. There are models that say the pressure gradient around that low just never really takes hold and we don't have a windstorm. But if we do, it should look something like this. Strongest winds between 10 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon for south winds. Now, first thing in the morning, we'll have the east winds coming out of the gorge, but it's the south winds that we're really concerned about. 40 to 55 mile per hour gusts taking hold, maybe some spike winds that could be 60 or better. And then by the evening, even by 4 or 5 o'clock, it's likely to be all gone. Okay, part of our weather story today is also what's happening up on Mount Hood. So Timberline opened over the weekend, Meadows today. Ski-Bow is going to get their Tube Hill open, if you will, Christmas Day. So currently nobody has even 2 feet. So boy, that's disappointing, but at least we're getting coverage and we're getting some partial openings. Timberline picked up an inch over the past 2, Meadows 2, Ski-Bow 1, and Bachelor with a 19-inch base has picked up 3 inches over the past 24 hours. Traveling is A-OK today. We're actually above freezing at Government Camp, just a wet highway there, 35 degrees. All the passers in good shape. There's Santiam at 32, and there's Willamette Pass at 34 degrees. And we have a mainly dry afternoon expected. Now, again, it's out of this cloudiness off the coast of California that a new secondary low will develop, and that's the one that will bring us the wind threat. All the clouds continuing to stream into our area this afternoon. Mainly dry weather. Some of this light rain to our south expected to start pushing northward up into our region this evening. Here we are at 6 o'clock. Still mainly dry. Longview down into Salem. There's some passing light showers overnight. Here's tomorrow morning. Now, if you think about it, often when you have a wind event, you just don't get that much total precipitation. Tomorrow could be one of those days as well. The models keep most of the rain offshore. And here comes some rain inland around Salem at 11 o'clock in the morning, and then that pushes early afternoon up through Portland. Some lingering showers later in the afternoon in Tillamook, but all that bounces to the north. And then if you're going to be out Christmas Eve, dinner, visiting friends, sitting in your front yard, waiting for Santa, it really looks like it'll be pretty quiet and mainly dry. That's Christmas Eve, the evening going into Christmas Day. All right. Live camera for you. Looks like traffic's moving fine over the interstate bridge, the Vancouver, the Springs at the waterfront. Columbia River still, as are all of our rivers, running noticeably high. 46 degrees is the temperature at noon. Out in the gorge, remember this is a south wind event. So after morning winds that are gusty from the east calm down, you folks won't have that much wind. Again, this is Elk Ridge Golf Course in Carson, looking back at the mountains on the Oregon side. Pretty day with the clouds layering against the landscape there. 46 Kelso, Portland the same, Salem 48, 39 over in Bend right now. And here's the 7-day. 49 this afternoon, pretty quiet, mainly dry. The impact alert for the wind advisory tomorrow. And then Christmas Day, we're back to just typical stuff. Scattered showers and a high of 50. The weekend could be dry, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. That's your forecast.
All right, Rod, thanks so much. Still ahead, a mama bear in action. Watch as this mom rushes home when she learns burglars are in her house with her kids and their getaway car gets in the way.
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
Well, now to the dramatic surveillance video showing a mother rushing home to stop would-be burglars who had entered her home and ramming their car with hers. Her 3 young kids were there with their grandmother. Dana Griffin spoke with her.
Caught on camera, this California mother's desperate attempt to stop burglars at her home near Los Angeles.
I see the guys, and I was in panic. I was in shock, you know? And I hit their car unintentionally.
The mom, who asked to conceal her identity out of fear for her safety, says she was on the phone with her mother, who was inside watching her 3 young kids, when all of a sudden...
My mom is screaming. My kids are in the house. She's screaming like, I don't know how, like crazy.
She raced home, so panicked she rammed this parked sedan that turned out to be the getaway car. What was going through your mind?
Like, I don't know. In my mind, I thought they kill my family.
Surveillance video shows 2 burglars take off running. Moments later, a 3rd man emerges from the passenger side of the car and takes off too. The collision so intense, the driver's side door jammed closed. Her G-Wagon damaged too. She later took this video of LAPD officers collecting evidence, including these handheld radios that appear to be monitoring police activity. The homeowners say their Wi-Fi and security cameras were disabled. The burglars taking off across the street, jumping this fence, disappearing into the neighborhood. It's the latest incident in a string of burglaries hitting the area that appear to be organized criminals. In August, police arrested 8 members of a crew alleged to be responsible for at least 92 burglaries in the past 3 years. As for this frantic mother, she's got one parting message for the men who terrorized her family.
Next time, I'm gonna kill them.
Don't come back.
Yeah, don't come back to my house.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW+. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW+. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
Well, here's a fun story. A family in California has been using the same real Christmas tree for 42 years. How does that work? Well, it's because they bought it as a plant. Rod.
Oh,
yes.
okay, all
There
right.
we go. You were like, that was going to be really brown and quite old.
Yes.
They bought it in 1983 and they've kept it alive. They say it's like a time capsule for their family as they've added ornaments over the years from trips they've taken and milestones in their family. It's like a mark on the wall for the tree every year. That'd be fun, right? Like you do for little
Yes,
ones.
I like that story.
I know.
really
How
do.
cool. It feels like an Oregon thing to do.
So I've been worried about the holiday decor in the yards blowing around. You reminded me tomorrow night is Christmas Eve. People have dinner on Christmas
Yes.
Eve. And if the power's out, that's a problem.
Right.
We're talking about the KGW impact alert for tomorrow tied to the wind advisory issued from the Weather Service. The advisory times are 7 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. So this will be quickly moving out tomorrow evening, but if the power is out, who knows
Okay,
when you get
fingers
it back.
crossed. It won't be so bad.
Fingers crossed, no tuna sandwiches.
Thanks so much, Rod. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here today at 4.